How you guys doing? John, Indoor Hydroponics. Welcome back, guys. It's time to get those 2-gallon grow bags of tomatoes that we jump started earlier in the season in that super soil into the ground. Weather is perfect out, and it's time to get a jump start on the season. And as always, we must take care of our beds first, because we got to work the soil. We got to get all those organic amendments into it prior to planting. So this is going to take a little work, but it's okay. It's worth the effort. Azomite, worm castings, kelp meal. We're going to throw a little bit of bone meal in there. We are going to top off with a little bit of worm castings. We're going to start to mix that stuff in with some high quality compost. That's really important. Okay, so we want to put in more than the plant is going to take out throughout the duration of the grow, the derecho. And we're going to get that really good and mixed in. That will give us a good base of organic nutrients and things of that nature for both of our beds that we're going to put in. And remember, the point of this year's season is to get a jump start on the season. So I'll show you towards the end of the video where we could be and where we're going right now. Really important to kind of get a gauge on the depth of where we're going to plant these things. Remember, we're going to get them planted good and deep, but there's a little bit of a strategy here. So take a shovel and just kind of get to the top leaves there as best you can. And then we're going to prune these things one last time. We want to plant them in such a way that those bottom leaves do not touch the ground. That's how you get soil-borne viruses and things of that nature onto the plant, such as our blights and things of that nature, funguses. So we want those trimmed off. I trimmed off the first suckers of the plant as well. And now we're going to dig our hole, and we're going to drop our 2-gallon grow bag in there just to kind of get a depth check. I think that looks pretty good. Get us a good sharp scalpel, knife, something. Whatever we do not want to tip this bag over and pull the plant out. We want to cut the bottom off of it. The less disturbance of those roots, the better. So it's really important to get that bag cut off at the bottom. And then, of course, we're going to cut it up the side. Don't go too deep. Again, don't want to cut into the roots. But we want to make sure that this thing gets in there as intact as humanly possible. It's not root bound to this point. That was the point of upsizing these things in super soil. These things are really looking good right now. I'm going to throw a little bit more compost around the sides and maybe a little bit of worm castings. And then we're going to take all that good soil that we just got good mixed up, and obviously we're going to backfill around it. Get these things all good, nice and planted. I think that's at a pretty good depth. Again, we could go deeper with that. However, when we add our mulch and things of that nature to this, it will get pretty close to those leaves. So we're just going to repeat this process all the way down the line for the 4 plants that we started. And then I also have some room later on for some regular transplants that I bought at the nursery. So you'll see the difference on getting a jump start on the season. So pretty happy with that. Gonna throw some cheap tomato cages around it. Those won't be our only staking methods. It's just kind of the foundation for staking. Got this transplant tea, guys. Now take a look at the leaf color. Look at this. I'll put a link below on this transplant tea, but get a good look at the color of those leaves. We're going to try to get the leaves doused a little bit with the transplant tea, and then of course we're going to get it around the base of the plant as well. Got all of them planted in, looking really good. Here's where we would have been had we not got a jump start on the season. That is a transplant from the nursery, current state. So we are going to have tomatoes a few weeks before anyone else. And super happy about that. I think it's worth the effort to upsize our transplants, kind of grow them out and get them in. Check this out. We already got flowering. This is only a week later. Look at the depth of color on those plants. That's all organic amendments, no petrochemical fertilizer, but look at the color of those leaves, how deep, dark green they are. That is a super healthy plant, planted strictly organically with a good solid dose of my transplant tea. So couldn't be more proud of these plants. We've got a great jump start on the season, guys, and that is how you transplant tomatoes out of 2-gallon grow bags with our super soil. Links below. As always, please like, subscribe, and comment, and grow some tomatoes. Thanks. Bye.